Hello students and welcome to Group 9's presentation. I am the CEO of our company along with my employees Leah, Danny, and Laura. Here we'll discuss our business during the season, during our years. Overall we had a good first about 5 or 6 years, and then our company made some bad decisions and we went down almost under, and we made our way back the last 2 years slowly. Enjoy. Here we'll talk about our financial performances. One slide will be about our total revenues. Other will be earnings per share, also known as EPS. The other will be return on equity investment, also known as ROE, and credit rating, stock price, and image rating. Our net revenue slide is in year 10 we started out with $250, which increased to $401 in year 15. We had a slow increase till year 15, and then year 16 we started declining. After year 15, net revenues slowly declined to year 16 with a total of $356. And then with some bad business decisions, our net revenues declined tremendously in year 17, and it crashed to $124 in year 18. Then we made a dramatic raise, and from our year 18 to year 19, year 20, we increased all the way up to $319. Here we learned our bad decisions that made us so low in year 18, and we came back with some smarter decisions for our business, which increased our net revenues up to a total of $319 in year 20. Our earnings per share made some steady increase to year 14 and then made a decline in year 15. Our earnings per share started out at $2.50 and had a slow increase to year 14 with an earnings per share of $7.55. Our company made some bad decisions, which showed in our net revenues, and it brought our EPS down to a declining number of negative $2.50, which continued to decrease all the way down to year 17, which year 17 it was even worse, with a number of negative $7.31 for a total of EPS. After year 17, our company made a slow increase with earnings per share, which began at a negative $3.39 in year 18 to a dramatic change with $9.77 in year 20. As you can see in our graphs, from the beginning we made a slow increase to year 14 and then made a declining number all the way to year 18, and we made some smarter business decisions which brought our EPS up to year 20. ROE, which is also known as return on equity investment, started out well with our company as well, with again the bad decision made in year 15, which brought our company down to a negative. Our company's return on equity started out with 15%. Our ROE increased up to year 14. From then, there was a steady ROE to year 14 with a total roundup on year 14 with a 26.4%. Like the EPS and the net revenues, our stuff dropped down to on year 15 in the negatives. Our ROE in year 15 was negative 8%, which then continued to drop to negative 37.8% in year 17. From there, with the good business decisions we made, our company gained our return on equity up to 24.7% on year 19. And then our ROE, final ROE, was a total of 58.9% on year 20. As you can see, our ROE in year 20 almost reached 60%, which is an outstanding increase from our beginning ROE at 15%, and an extremely substantial increase from year 17, which was in the negatives, negative 37.8. Our company made some good business decisions, turned some stuff around, and brought our ROE up on year 20 to nearly 60%.
On this, we'll talk about our credit rating. During the years 11 through 20, our company stayed consistent in 4-year periods. For the first 4 years, our company maintained an A, which is rated out of 5 on the graph. Then years 15 through 18, we dropped to a C- credit rating, which is labeled at a 1 on our graph. We were able to adjust our credit rating in year 19 to a B and then back to an A for year 20. Our competitors were able to maintain a B+ or higher during these years. We believe our credit rating dropped so much because we raised the price on our shoes, sold our stock, and had to take out more loans. We were able to correct our mistake, and I believe if we were able to continue as a company, we would be able to stay above a B+ average credit rating score. For this graph, we will talk about our stock price. During the years 11 through 20, our company fluctuated a lot with our stock prices. For the first 4 years, years 11 through 14, our stock prices consistently went up in price. We started at $43.98 at year 11, and by year 14, it went to $140.16. During these years, we stayed above all of our competitors' average stock prices. During years 15 through 18, however, our company hit our all-time low on our stock prices. By year 18, we made our lowest price at $9.69. We were definitely below our competitors, but we continued with our company and didn't give up. We were able to raise our stock price to $127.32 by year 20. We learned from our mistake and by selling too much of our stock. And if we were to continue, I believe by year 22, our company could raise our stock price to $330. On this graph, we will talk about our image rating. During years 11 through 20, our company did not do well on our image rating. We were constantly below our competitors, and we only met our target score of 70 one time. Our image rating was constantly changing and never stayed consistent. During the years 11 through 14, our scores went from 67 to 70 to 65 and then down to 62. Our company went to the lowest score of 48 in year 18 and then rose back up to 56 in year 20. We never could get a grasp of meeting our goal of 70 of our image rating. If we rose our image rating, then we would lose a significant amount of our revenues. We had to choose between our profit or image rating. We chose our profit over our image rating because our company would not be able to stay in business. I do believe, though, that our company could become better now that we've gotten back to where we need to be. I believe we would stay around a score of 65 to 70 in years 21 and 22 to come. Here we will talk about our company's strategic vision statement. It is to be the primary choice provider of higher quality athletic shoes globally, and to motivate well-known and ambitious athletes to exceptional performance as a primary brand of high performance and high quality footwear. We strive to make our company well-known and highly recommended for our great quality footwear. We want to create people into great athletes and help provide them with the top-of-the-line performance footwear. Our company also wants to provide the best shoes for anyone on an ordinary day. People get out into the world every day, and we want to strive to be the company who the customers choose us to take their next step. Here, I will be talking about my performance target slide. I will be talking about the EPS, earnings per share, ROE, return on equity, the credit rating, and image rating. On the EPS, by year 20, our earnings per share stopped at $9.77. If we were to continue to the next 2 years, our company would expect to continually raise the bar and improve. By year 21, we should have an EPS of $13.32 and by year 22, it should rise to $17.87. On our ROE, by year 20, our return on equity was 58.9. For the next 2 years, our company would continue to improve and stay constant. We projected for year 21 to have an ROE of 65, and by year 22, the ROE to be at 68. On our credit rating, at year 20, it was an A. Our company expects to keep its great performance and to keep an A on our credit rating for years 21 and 22. On our image rating, at year 20, it was at 56. We as a company should be able to do better than that. So our goal would be to achieve an image rating of 70 for years 21 and 22.
Online marketing isn't something new for businesses to consider anymore. Most sales take place online, where it is easier for the consumer to browse and purchase items. It is also an easier way for consumers to earn promotions and good deals like free shipping. One of our downfalls as a company was that we did not utilize the internet market as heavily as we should have. We spent little money on advertising, which in turn misinformed our target market. During year 17, we spent $100 on advertising, and at the same time raised our prices by $25 per unit. As you can see by the graph, there's a big fluctuation between years 16 through 18. This is where our company was hit the hardest. Instead of steadily lowering our prices as our company grew, we dropped and raised our price drastically in those years. Because of our lack of advertising and celebrity appeal, we were not able to sell as many units as compared to the past years, which in turn made us suffer a big loss. Our most successful years in the internet segment were our last 2 years, where we offered more models and at a lower price. This seemed to really boost the amount of pairs sold, leaving us only 27% below the industry average as compared to 59% in year 17. If we were to continue into future years, our company would utilize the internet market more effectively to increase traffic, sales, consumer preference, and most importantly, make it more accessible to consumers. Our last 2 years really showed us where we should be operating as a company. Once again, after we lowered our prices and offered more models, our sales went up. However, that's not to say we didn't offer a good price in the first place. Our sales were dominant in the wholesale market and helped us gain a decent amount of the market share. Our advertising expenses went down as the years went by. However, we should have advertised more after lowering our prices and offering more models. Even though our SQ rating rose, our brand awareness dropped and we weren't able to sell as many units. I think our lack of celebrity endorsements also allowed our SQ rating to stay stagnant in our beginning years, where we did not endorse a celebrity until year 14. Our retailer demand was well above our yearly average in our last 2 years. I think this really enabled us to sell more units and to be cost productive. Because of some bad decisions involving our prices and model counts in the years 14 through 17, we lost a good amount of retailer support. After a bad year 17, our retailer demand was 67% below the industry average. This made it difficult for us to establish a demanding market penetration. By diminishing our place in the market, we started to lose money and our competitors gained market share. Our production strategy was good in our last 2 years, offering over 200 models in each segment. Also, our superior materials finished high after a lot of fluctuation between the years. Our Asia Pacific and North American plants operated at good capacity with about 50% superior materials usage. We decided to pay for the ethical training for our employees and utilize the best practices training in order to create a good working environment. It is important for our employees to get the best training to most efficiently utilize production, speed, and quality. We also took advantage of employee overtime in order to fulfill the demands for retailers, especially in years 19 and 20 when we increased our model number and lowered the price, causing a lot higher demand in our AP and NA plants. Our group also created incentives for the non-reject profits in order to keep employees happy and add some extra cash for their paychecks. One of our financial strategies was to maintain a high credit rating so that we could have funds in the future. We maintained that up until year 15, where we dropped to a C- and then picked it back up in year 19, ending year 20 once again with an A+ credit rating. We paid off dividends our first 3 years, but stopped doing so after the year 13 because it hurt our image rating. After revising our strategy for year 17, we decided that it would be important to keep our costs low in order to re-engage in the market. Our financial plan was strong at first, keeping prices low and steadily increasing them as we gained recognition. However, we made the mistake of raising our prices in the wholesale market, putting us in further debt compared to the loans we took out. After continuous raise in our stock, we plummeted in year 15, decreasing our stock by 10 points. But by year 20, we ended up with a 9.7 EPS. This was achieved by increasing revenues and reducing expenses. Our closest competitors in the internet segment were companies A and F. Group A had the highest numbers in this market. They were able to achieve an extremely low price while offering a high number of models. Even though they gave up a higher SQ rating for their lower price, they were able to spend a good amount of money on advertising their product. Group A controlled 33% of the market by year 20. Now on the other hand, Group F also sought out to seek a similar mission as our group and Group A's. They offered the second lowest price, with ours third, and were also able to offer a high amount of models. For those consumers who are looking to purchase a little higher in quality of shoes for their buck, Group F was the second in line, while also achieving a higher SQ rating. Both companies had numbers that were close to ours, but were still better in a lot of categories. As a company, if we could have managed to keep our prices down in our 4-year period between 15 and 18, we would have more of the market share.
In year 20, for our wholesale market segment, our closest competitors were companies C and F. Our SQ rating was 3, with a price of $48 and a market share of 7.5%. Company C had an SQ rating of 4 and a price of $46.50 and a market share of 7.1%. Company F had an SQ rating of 4 and a price of $53 and a market share of 6.3%. If the game was to keep going, Company I's future goals would be: we would need to charge a wholesale price that is below the geographic market average. The reason for this is it will raise our company's potential above average unit sales and market share, unless the effects of a lower price are contradicted by a below average SQ rating. We also need to reevaluate our current SQ rating and how we can improve this, because it is known that companies with higher SQ ratings outsell companies with lower SQ ratings. To boost our SQ rating, we need to improve our spending per model for new styles and features, the amount of superior materials used, total quality management, collective expenses for the quality control efforts, and the recent years' expenditures to educate workers in the use of best practices. Another step that we need to visit might be to widen our range of models and styles that we offer. The ability to give a customer wider options gives them more reasons to consider buying. Ways to outcompete rival companies. First, you should pick an appropriate strategy and implement good methods that go with the strategy. A good example would be high quality, low cost. Consumers want high quality products for the lowest possible price. Next, pay better attention to our adversaries. Emphasize more on our current models. Keep better eyes on our inventory. Maintain production rates like our competitors, better if possible. Have reliable distribution. Achieve and maintain customer satisfaction. And keep manufacturing costs low without reducing quality. Lessons learned. Use the player's guide. Research and then research some more. Pull in any resources that can be found to help make the best decisions. You cannot rely totally on the following year's projected performance. You must know what your customers want. Each market segment wants something different. Do not worry about every company in the industry. Only worry about those who are in close competition with your company. Sometimes you have to spend more money to make money. If there is not a lot of demand in a particular market, do not try to force it and lose money.